Hi you guys, I hope you're all doing great and still having a happy new year. I just got home from work and it's time to cook dinner, so I'm going to share with you guys our recipe tonight. We're going to cook some chicken with garlic and olive oil and saute some really good veggies. So I'll turn the camera around and show you guys what we're doing. So I have a pan on the back here that's olive oil warming up, and a pan on the front here. This is pure coconut oil warming up. So I'm experimenting because I've never used coconut oil before to cook vegetables with. So you're going to kind of see how this goes with me. And here we have some nice thawed out chicken thighs. I did wash my hands, so I'm just going to use my fingers. Don't be grossed out. We're going to go ahead and place these right in the olive oil and let those cook up and get happy while we work on our veggies. And get that icky plate out of the way. And then I am going to add just a little bit of my garlic to my chicken. Not a whole lot, because we're going to put salt and pepper on the chicken too. I wanted the garlic mostly for my veggies. So just sprinkling a little pepper over our chicken just to give it a little flavor, and just a little bit of salt, not a ton, because olive oil is so flavorful already. You don't need a lot of extra stuff on it. So now what I want to do is go ahead and turn that heat up just a little bit. I'll try and get close and you guys can see my heat was really low just to warm up my oil. So I'm going to give it just a little turn up, like medium high. And then we're going to go over to our veggie pan and put the rest of the garlic in there and stir that around a little bit. And let that dance around and get happy. Now, like I said, I've never done coconut oil before, so I don't know how much this is going to pop or anything. So if I yelp, it's because it popped at me. And I have a nice little bowl here. This is some zucchini and cut up onion and cut up green pepper and red pepper. So I think what I'll start with is the zucchini and toss that in there first, because that's going to cook just a little bit longer than the onions will. Onions, I think, tend to cook up a little faster. Sort of stir those around. And you don't want this to get too hot, because I don't want to burn my garlic. That would taste really icky. So while that warms up a little, I'm going to grab the salt. Just toss a tiny bit of salt in there. Not a lot. Just like that. 2 little sprinkles. And I don't know if you can see that, but my garlic is getting brown. I'm going to throw the rest of my veggies in here and get that stirred up nicely. Everything's sort of turning a pretty caramely color already. So I can say already I'm pretty happy with coconut oil because it's cooking my zucchini quickly. So I'm just going to let that cook for a second. This is still just on medium heat, so my flame is pretty low. I don't want to turn it up any higher because, like I said, I don't want to burn my garlic. And I'm going to come back over to my chicken. You can see this is dancing around and it's all happy and poppy. So I'm taking just some regular tongs. We're going to flip them all over. And if you want to, after you flip your chicken, you could put more seasoning on it. I'm not going to because I think it'll be fine. Then for the second side, I'll turn my heat just a little higher, more towards high, and let that dance around and be happy. Stir all these good vegetables together again. Now a stir fry, you don't really need to overcook your vegetables. You sort of want them to have some crunch left. So don't overdo it. Don't cook them all until they're mush. If you cook all your vegetables until they're mush, you don't have any nutrition in them anyways. But I can really tell my zucchini are turning a really pretty buttery color, so I think they're almost done. And what I want to do with these is get some ginger out and season this with a little bit of ginger for some kick. So we're going to go into the spice cupboard. I just buy ground ginger, you guys. I'm not picky about my spices. I'll buy them dried up. It's great if you have a fresh garden, but if you don't, it's okay. So just giving that a couple little sprinkles for some kick, and we'll stir that in. Ginger is great if you have sinusitis. It'll open up your sinuses and clear all your passages out. So that's almost ready. So I'm going to walk away from that again and rinse off our plate so that it's nice and clean and ready to go when we're all done so you can serve this. I'm checking on the chicken again. This looks like it's cooking pretty nicely. Lots of bubbles are good. I want to flip this middle piece again because this one was still a little frozen. Give that a flip again. I like my chicken to have a little bit of a crispy edge, which is kind of why I prefer thighs, because they do have a little fat in them, and that fat will cook off and just give you flavor. If you're really worried about your fat content, you could use chicken breast tenders. You could use whole chicken breast. You're just going to have to cook it a little bit longer. This video, I've only been filming for almost 9 minutes, and the chicken's already done. And looking at these vegetables, I'm really happy with these vegetables. My onions are almost caramelized. The zucchini looks like it's cooked on both sides, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off and just let it rest in there for a minute before we serve it. Let that cool off for just a second and check back on my chicken. This little guy is almost done. So that means the one in the middle is almost done too, yeah. Just turn that heat up just a little bit more. I want it on high. I really want to make sure, you know, with chicken, you got to really make sure it's cooked. You don't want anything raw. That's gross. So I'm just going to take a nice pile of vegetables and my tongs. We put them on our plate here. A couple more zucchini on here. And while the rest of this chicken's cooking, I'm going to grab this piece over here because it's done nicely. Go ahead and set that on the plate. Just so you guys can see, this is a healthy portion of dinner. It looks small because it's on a big plate, but that would be a good dinner for one person. I'm going to go ahead and serve this up for two, and if we have any leftovers, we'll have it for lunch tomorrow. So thanks so much for watching our healthy dinner recipe tonight, you guys. I hope you try your own, and I hope you can experiment with cooking with some different oils, maybe some sesame oil instead of olive oil, and try some more natural oils instead of vegetable oil because they're so much better for you. So thanks again for watching, you guys, and have a great night.